Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is our Ring of Honor show for the week. Let's jump right into it. First match of the night is a fatal 4-way, 4 corners match, whatever you want to call it. BJ Whitmer versus Will Ferrara versus Caprice Coleman versus Moose. Awesome match to start the show with. Lots of action, lots of fun. We see Whitmer pick up the win. This is kind of one of the kinds of matches, this and the 6-way scramble matches that Ring of Honor started on, where it was basically spot fests, but it brought people into the show to watch it, which I hope they're still trying to build their audience on television, and this is a way that'll grab them in because you get to see all action right away. Next up, we come back from break. Page and Whitmer, Adam Page being part of the decade with BJ Whitmer, are in the ring still talking. Adam Page runs down ACH, which brings out ACH, which leads us to a match with ACH and Adam Page. I really dug this. This is kind of an ECW thing where the matches weren't formatted. Someone out would go out and talk trash, and then all of a sudden there'd be a match. Kind of reminded me of that. It kind of felt cool to have that kind of vibe back into wrestling on a show like Ring of Honor. Made this a cool match, made it fun. Adam Page picks up the win after some interference with BJ Whitmer. So it'll be cool going forward. Both these guys, I like his talent as the younger talent taking over Ring of Honor eventually and becoming the big stars in the company. Next up, we have a tag team title match. The Addiction, which is Kazarian and Daniels versus Red Dragon, Fish and O'Reilly. The Addiction, in an earlier interview to start the show, mentioned how this is their third chance at the title and they don't know what they're going to do if they don't win. We get a good match, probably about a 20-minute solid match, and one of the Knights of the Rising Dawn come out, which, if you're not familiar, they're the guys with the red masks that have been interfering a lot. He ends up super kicking, I believe it was Kyle O'Reilly. The Addiction uses this to their advantage, pick up the win the tag titles. Red Dragon gets the guy, brings him into the ring, unmasks him, and it's Chris Sabin. Interesting guy to bring in, an interesting development. We see the Addiction look at Sabin, and then Sabin and the Addiction attack Red Dragon. So now we know who the 3 members of the KRD are. It was Chris Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Chris Sabin. Interesting little group they got going there. Pretty great wrestlers, fun talkers, guys that can work either as heel or face, all 3. I think it was cool. I think it was a neat reveal, a good payoff. Chris Sabin's a wrestler that's highly underrated. He's probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Bringing a guy like Sabin back to Ring of Honor, back into prominence, it can only help Ring of Honor, who has some of the best wrestlers in the world right now, and to add just another one of those in an interesting segment. Now, coming off of that, we're going to go right into our ratings. We have a 1 to 5 scale here. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. I think you could tell by the tone of my voice and the excitement as I was talking of the matches. This show was a solid 5 for me. You start off with the all-action 4-way match. You go into the impromptu ACH versus Page match. Then a great tag team match with a twist ending. This is how a wrestling TV show should be done. You should take notes. In 1 hour, they told cohesive, interesting, fun storylines that kept the viewers interested and kept you wanting more. I left this show wanting to see more Ring of Honor, and I'm not disappointed at all. But basically, Unfortunately, it's a short show. That's all I really have to say about that. Just a really great Ring of Honor show. The epitome of what they could do when they're on and hitting on all cylinders. Great show. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. They put them up on their webpage every Thursday. And basically, that's all I really have to say about that. My name is George Coles, and this has been another episode of Heel Heat.